you. You see that? So the moment you are guided, you'll be in position. The moment you're guided, you'll be in position of making it possible. Then continuous learn is one practical thing you need to go with. Continuously learn. Online courses, workshops, book, podcasts, everything possible around you, every resource around you, make use of it and continuously learn. You don't need to stop learning. Grab every opportunity around. You see that? LinkedIn learning, YouTube tutorials, and all those. We have a lot. You see that? So this is it. Key message is that goals don't achieve themselves. You need tools, you need support, and daily habits to make them real, right? Yeah. So we have just few closing thoughts. Um, your goals are the seeds of your future, right? Goals are the key. If you plan them with intention and water them with action, they will grow into success. Yeah. A career path is not built overnight. It is a journey of small, consistent steps. So these are just closing thoughts, things that will keep you motivated. You don't need to be afraid to start small, even though with internships, volunteer work, and short courses, those are stepping stones to your dream role. So don't you dream of starting big. Start small with what is available around you. If it's a internship, go for it. A volunteer work, go for it. You know, clarity creates confidence. The clearer your goals, the stronger your direction. And that's why you need to set clear goals because they will give you a strong direction and you won't be distracted. Encouragement is that many successful people started where you are today. So where you are today, there is someone who has ever been there, and today they are somewhere else, right? You need to be. Sometimes you're uncertain, but you need to be willing to take the step. So uncertainty shouldn't block you. You should be willing to take a step. So the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not lack, right? But persistence and planning. Persistence and planning. Planning matters. You see, you're already ahead because you are here, investing in yourself through this policy. And I assure you, soon you're already ahead because you have invested. So lastly, leave this session with at least one smart goal you can now commit to revisiting it every month. The future is not built by chance, it is built by time. So at least from here, you might have set a goal, a smart one, okay? Yeah. So this is the assignment. Maybe let me read out, but the slides will be sent. I don't know that person, please. Would you try to mute? Yeah. So using what you have learned in this session, you need to prepare your assignment. 3 SMART goals under each category, which is the short term, the medium term, and long term. So in short term, at least 3 SMART goals. Medium term, 3 SMART goals. Long term, 3 SMART goals. And clearly state the goals and explain why it is important for you, personally and professionally. Yeah. I think this is the assignment. Short term, medium term, and long term goals. Set goals 333 and clearly explain why it is important, professionally and even personally. I think the submission will be next week and you'll get the rest of the slides. I think up to here, we have come to the end of our session, and I would give the chance if there are questions. If there are questions or anything of these, I think it will be welcome. Yeah.
Uh, okay. Thank you so much, for such an insightful and a wonderful presentation. It has really been a wonderful presentation, and I hope the fellows have really learned something from this session. So before I start with the Q&A session, I would love everybody to at least remain behind and also get to listen and interact from the questions that have been posed. You can also learn from them. So you should not immediately leave the call after the facilitator finished his or her presentation. So I will encourage you to remain and also hear from our fellows. Uh, that has been really such wonderful presentation from Nyokwarbol. We really appreciate your time and commitment to this wonderful session. You know, she has really given us a lot and on how we should really process and also identify and also set working toward our meaningful objective that we can align with our values and passions, you know, the long-term vision for our life and also career. She has really given us really a ways forward on how we should really work on our career and also get to plan. So at this moment, before I allow in Q&A session, I would love to give chance to Brenda if she has some inputs to add on the presentation before I give you the Q&A session. Brenda, if you have anything.
Thank you so much, Samuel and Nyakwar. Well done presentation. Thanks for taking the team through today's presentation. It's been amazing. Um, I just want to make a couple of remarks before we can open up for Q&A. So I want to just speak to you from a place of truth, a place that many of us rarely pause to visit. So, your life will not change because you attended a training. Your life will not change because you took notes. Your life changes the moment you make a decision about the person you are becoming. And that is what goal setting is. Goal setting is not about writing your dreams on paper. Goal setting is about deciding who you refuse to be and who you are finally choosing to become. Let me ask you something. What do you truly want your life to look like after, let's say, 1 year from today? Not what the society wants, not what your family expects from you, not what circumstances have forced on you, but you, your choice, your desire, your future. Most people move through life reacting to things, reacting to everything. Wake up every day, firefighting, surviving, responding, reacting, adjusting, but very few people live intentionally. And here's the truth. Nobody accidentally becomes successful, right? Nobody stumbles into greatness. Nobody drifts into a meaningful life. You build it one decision, one action, and one goal at a time. Some of you in this room have dreams you've been carrying for years, but they remain dreams because you've never broken them down into steps. You never put a timeline. You've never committed to it. And commitment is the difference between wishing and becoming. A goal is a contract you write with your future. It is you writing that contract, right? And you know what it means to write a contract. It's legally binding, right? Sometimes if you don't fulfill a contract, you can be sued even in the court. So a goal is that contract that you write with yourself, you write with your future. You say, I am willing to let go of who I am to become who I must be, right? Goal setting forces you to look at your life and say, I deserve more than this, like more than what I have now. I deserve more than this. My story is not finished. My potential is bigger than the limits around me. And let me tell you something else. Life will test your goals and life will give you excuses, distractions, disappointments, and a lot of setbacks. But the people who win are people who rise, the people who transform, and those who set their goals so clearly that giving up is no longer an option. Your goals are not just the tasks that you put out there to do. Your goals are identity statements. They say, I am someone who honors my commitment. I am someone who shows up even when it's very hard. I am someone who builds intentionally. Today, as you learn about all of this, goal development, career planning, smart goals, smart actions, all of those, I want you to hold on to the truth in your heart. The world is not waiting for you to be ready. The world is waiting for you to be very intentional. Some of you will leave this fellowship completely transformed into new beings. Not because the sessions were somehow magical, right? No. But because you finally decided to stop living on autopilot. Today, choose to build a life that reflects your calling as a person. Choose to build goals that stretch you, challenge you, and grow you. Choose to stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces you have already outgrown. You are not here by accident. You are here because something in you is ready for more. And the moment you set a goal, a real goal, a brave goal, a meaningful goal, your life will start moving in ways you've never imagined. So today, don't just go about write goals with your pen and put it there. Go further. Write them with your spirit. Write them with your commitment. Write them with the version of you that refuses to settle for the little. Because the future you want is already waiting for the decisions you will make starting today. Build with intention and watch your life transform. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Over to you, Samuel.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for such a wonderful input, and I hope the learners are really getting something from the session. I can see your comments and your reactions are really helping. Thank you so much. As we are opening for Q&A, so we are going to fill out our attendance. It's in the chat, and also for those who are watching live on YouTube, I posted it in the WhatsApp group. You can go and fill it out. So at this time, I'll just have to give you a moment to ask your questions and also share your thoughts about the session of today. Thank you so much. Let me just see by your hands. You can send it in the chat or you put up an emoji, hand emoji. Okay. We have that's from Sarah Kiden. Yesterday and today's session speak a lot about self-discovery, nice and inspirational insight from Napar and Brenda. Thank you so much for the message, Sarah Kiden. So any questions? Just feel free. Okay, Tonglet, proceed. You can unmute.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Yankwell, for this wonderful presentation. And I thank Baranda also. This week has been a great week, I would say. We have learned a lot of things from you guys. As I said yesterday, that our learning here is not just learning, but the application of it is the most important part, as you mentioned before, as Baranda mentioned. So I believe most of us have learned something. And I want to ask a question. Nyankwel talk about how to change or to adapt to any changes that is taking place. For instance, I will give my example. While growing up, I wanted to become pilot, but then our country doesn't have piloting school. So I tried to make way out, but I couldn't manage to go to the other country to study piloting. Then I settled with the other option, which was engineering. I wanted to become an engineer, but I couldn't also get to that because of the system of University of Juba. Although my marks from high school was enough to qualify me to go to engineering school, but I was told that you did not sit for engineering. So the other wish or the other vision or my dream of becoming an engineer was not also possible. So I was accepted in the School of Natural Resources and Environmental Studies. So I trained there, I graduated there, but along the way, before I graduated, I actually found passion in other course, which is writing. I did not go to, you know, a school of literature or the other school, but along the way, I just trained by myself. I learned how to write, and I was able to write, and I was able to publish some books. And now my books or my writing career actually has taken me to places I never imagined. I have been doing fellowship in different countries, and I become more interesting in writing than my actual career. So I'm confused now. I have a bachelor degree in agriculture, and I'm more into writing now. Like most of my time is doing something that is not actually my career, the one that I trained for. So I'm confused here. Is it possible that I should leave my career that I trained for 5 years and continue with my passion? Or should I leave this passion that I have figured along the way and focus on the other thing, on agriculture? Or should I take them both? Or which it is time consuming? You cannot run two things at once and they demand a lot of time. So my question is, how am I going to adapt? Or what do I do in this situation? Should I leave my career that I trained for, or should I continue with my career and I leave my passion? So this is my question, and thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I hope Nyapori were listening and also Brenda. So if you guys have anything you want to say about it,
All right, Samuel. I think let me answer this question before the other hand is also accepted. Tong, you have a very inspiring, question and also a journey from dreaming to be a pilot, shifting to be an engineer, at the end of the day, agriculturalist, and today a writer. Uh, I would say at some point you have adapted and you were flexible at some point because your dream when you were a child, it was a dream, right, to become a pilot. But you have considered the resources around, you have considered, the environment around, and you have to make a shift to engineering. And also, you didn't meet the qualification or the needed skill. That is additional maths, I believe, yeah. And you manage to shift to natural resources and specialized in agriculture. And today you're a writer. I would answer you, and I would also request Brenda to come in later. Yeah, we mentioned something earlier that in career path planning, number one is you identify what you want, right? The roles needed and everything. And we have also mentioned something about passion. You need to go for something that matches your passion, matches your desire. If I may ask you, do you have passion for agriculture? Do you love agriculture? I believe you have passion for writing. You love writing. You know, you feel good. You feel overwhelmed when you are writing. You have something inside you to express through writing. You see, it's a talent and it's a passion. I won't tell you to leave it. No, I will tell you to continue with it. If you have discovered yourself at this moment in writing and you are doing well in this, proceed and continue with it. Yeah, you have the Bachelor of Agriculture. If you can take the two at a go, well and good. Maybe you can work in the Ministry of Agriculture, and you can also be writing books. I don't know what exactly you write about because you have different areas. People write about agriculture, right? People write about medicine, people write about life, people write about their stories, and I don't know what exactly you write about, but I will tell you to go with what you have a passion for, what you love most doing. And if you are seeing a success in it, as you have mentioned, continue with it. That's what I would really advise you to do. And if it's feeling hectic, feeling tiresome to take the two at a go, continue with writing and find ways of improving on your uh, writing, you know, career and all those. That's what I could really add. I don't know if I've answered you enough. I would request Brenda and Samuel maybe to add on something. Thank you.
Brenda, you have anything to add on?
Thank you, Nyakwa. That response is sufficient enough, right? For you to be able to build a successful career, you must build it from a point of interest, and interest is where the person lies. And if you have directly identified that your passion is in writing, trust me, you want to build a career in that field, right? So if you feel you don't have the energy, the time, the resources to do both things, please make sure you build a career in the writing because that's where your passion is. It will come naturally, and this is something that you will do forever. Because sometimes we choose courses, but we choose them not from the place of liking them. Sometimes we choose them because, oh, maybe our parents made us, the society pushed us there. Maybe it is the only option that we had at the time. Maybe it's because we could afford it at the time, right? So you don't want to do something because you've already studied it. Even at 40, I've known people who changed their career into their passion. So please ensure that you pursue a career in your passion, in your interest, because then you will live a more successful life.
Uh,
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
okay. We'll go to the next person. We have Kiden. Sarah Kiden, your hands up, please. You can unmute and proceed with your question.
Okay, thanks so much for this inspiring session. My question is just brief about goal setting and planning. The two, according to me, look similar, but at some point, it's like they are not similar. So these two, the goal planning and goal setting, are they the same? Like you plan for something and you set goals. They look similar, but my head is refusing to admit that they look similar. So I want you to just help me with the difference between planning and goal setting.
Hmm. You wanted to know the difference between planning and goal setting. That's a good question. Nicole, you have anything to say?
Yes, I don't know, but the two are the same: goal setting and goal planning. Something you set, it's something you plan, right? So I think there is no difference. It's actually goal setting and career path planning. Because the moment you set a goal, it helps you plan your career. It helps you plan your career path, right? It helps you plan on what to do. I don't know if I've answered you well, but I think the two have no difference. Yeah, that's according to me.
To just support what you have just said, like they're just similar because you can't set a goal before planning it, So the planning has to come in place for you to figure out what you're going to set. So I can say like they're just similar.
I
Oh,
can say
Brenda,
okay, thank you so much.
something, right? Everybody's okay.
uh, go ahead, you can say.
Okay. So just for clarification, when you say goal setting and goal planning, they just like you've put look similar, but they're not necessarily the same thing, all right? When you talk about goal setting, is where you decide what you want, right? It is the stage where you define your destination, you describe the results you want to achieve. So it's more about clarity, more about the vision, the direction, the desired outcome, and what success looks like. You get. For instance, I want to graduate next year. You get. That is goal setting. Like I want to graduate next year. You say that, right? So when you talk about goal planning, is where you break the goal into the actionable steps that she talks about, where you talk about the strategy, talk about the timeliness, talk about the resources, talk about the actions, the discipline, the monitoring, and everything. So, if your goal is to graduate by next year, at the goal setting, you define strategies like study 2 hours each night, save some money, enroll in class, and whatever you get. So the goal setting is the what, right? And then the goal planning is the how. Like how do you intend to achieve the goal that you are setting? So that is the unique identifier for the two.
Okay, it's fine. Thank you so much.
We have a question in the chat, so let's go with it and then we'll come to Ajit. My question, that's from John Bott Mayor. Nowadays, you have to be working hard to make your long-term goals possible, but we have something around us that kills our dreams. Politics, because politics divides and tell you this person is your brother or sister, and not any answer from you as from I don't know if you can rephrase the question. I'm quite confused about that question. So. But okay, Nyokor, if you understand, then you can just go ahead.
Uh, I think I've gotten it somehow. I'm not sure because he's saying nowadays you may be working hard to make your goal term, your long-term goal possible, but we have something around us that kills our dreams. Politics. I think he's talking of the barriers or the uncertainties maybe that comes in. I think that's what he's trying to mean. So maybe let me answer you on this basis, and if not, if it's not that what you mean, then he will come in. Yeah, we set the goals, we plan for them, we work hard, yes, but then there are uncertainties that comes in, right? So that shouldn't be a blockage or shouldn't be something to frustrate you. We understand the current situation in the country that we are passing through, specifically in South Sudan, how things are. But you need to be someone who dreams big, someone who have hope, and someone who stay positive. Yeah, positivity matters here, and also, consistency matters. Though things go astray, though things fail, though you don't get the opportunity, you don't need to give up. You need to keep moving, and you need to keep trying, and you need to keep pushing, and stay positive that tomorrow or next tomorrow it will come possible, or I will make it. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. This is the little I could give you. Just stay positive and stay persistent. I don't know if Samuel or Brenda could add. Yeah.
I actually wanted to laugh about the question. So, this is John Both. Sorry for laughing at your question, right? It's actually um, sort of weird. You know, we are being recorded, right? So we are not supposed to talk about other things, right? We don't have freedom of speech somehow. So, but anyways, I want to just respond to you from a personal. Yeah, somebody is saying they are not hearing anything. This is Ajit. Is that true for everybody, or we can hear each other?
It could be his network.
Okay. Okay, so we do hear clearly. All right. Uh, this is John. Okay. So John, um, politics is real. Um, Cultural divisions are real, and sometimes it can limit opportunities. It can create unfairness or even make you feel like your dreams depend on the people in power. But here's the truth that I want you to hold on to, right? Politics can influence your environment, but it should not control your destiny. Your long term goals are your own personal commitments. It's not a political outcome. Politics may slow you down, it may distract you, it may create a lot of obstacles for you, but it cannot stop a person, or it should not stop you if you are consistently building yourself. You're consistently learning, you're growing and staying focused to your goals. Let me break that down a little bit. Firstly, the world around you may divide you, but your mind must remain whole. What this means is very simple. People will tell you, oh, this is your tribe, this is your side, this is your group, this is your family, this is your that. But before you belong to any group, you belong to yourself. Your dream is not tribal. Your ambition is not political. Your future is not a community vote. It is you. It is yours. It is your dream. So you should be able to protect it. Number two, focus on what you can control, not what you cannot, right? Focus on what you can control and not what you cannot. You cannot control politics, leaders, system, biasness, the environment, anyone who wants to discriminate you. It's out of your control, right? But you can control your skills, you can control your level of consistency, your discipline, your learning, your mindset, your network, your integrity, right? People who rise in this world do not rise because the outside world is perfect. No, it is imperfect everywhere around the world. They rise because the inside world, which is within them, is stronger than what is outside. Number three, let politics do what politics does, but you must do what your purpose demands as a person. Politics will always exist, it will not go away. Discrimination, division will always exist, it will not go away. But so will opportunities. So you will start learning, you will continue building skills, you will grow as a person, and all of those will get. So your job is not to fight politics, to talk about politics, to treat it right. Your job is to outgrow the limitations that politics is putting and make yourself so capable, so valuable, and so disciplined that even if politics cannot erase your presence anymore. So your dream dies only when you stop working for it, not when others try to divide it for you. Keep your mind clean, keep it focused, keep your heart clean, keep building yourself, because the world will eventually move aside for a person who knows exactly where they are going. I hope that answers your
Uh,
question.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that answers this question. I can see he has given a love reaction in the chat. Thank you so much for asking both. I really hope you feel the answer. So we are going to take one more question. I'm going to take from Ajit Tong, and then after I will read out the other question from the chat. So Ajit Tong, you can unmute and proceed with the question. Ajit Tong, can you hear me? Yes, hello Ajit. Ajit, if you can hear me, you can unmute and ask a question. Okay. Lajor, you can unmute as it prepares to answer this question.
Well, thank you so much. And first, let me thank God for keeping us alive again and nice to meet you again. It was really a nice presentation from Nyakwar. So, my question is going to all of you, it's not going to Nyakwar alone. So, I remember everyone is having a dream and everyone is having a plan. But the problem is implementation. I may say that okay, I will do this one, I will do this one. But if I don't have implementation, it's going to be hard. So, from the first day of orientation, I wasn't in there. My network was bad, but I came on the second day. So my question is like this. Now you used to take your time 2 hours per week, per weekend, like 4 hours per 2 weeks. So you teach these people. So my question is, what do you suspect in return from these people whom you are teaching? What are you suspecting from them? That's what I want to know.
Okay, it's a good question. Nyakwar and Brenda, I, I hope you heard the question.
Yeah, maybe let me come in before Brenda comes in.
Yes, yes.
Like, what are we expecting? Or why do we sacrifice this time? Right? What are we gaining, or what is the benefit of taking this time um, in a week to give out the knowledge? On my side, I would say I'm a graduate of this cohort, as I mentioned, of this fellowship. We were here the past months, we were trained on even on this Google goal development. I remember it was Brenda who took us through the session, and it's something that inspired me a lot. You know, Brenda took her time because the fellowship has been for free from the start till the end, till we are graduated, our certificates, our t-shirts. We didn't pay a single coin to do this. You see. So after me gaining the knowledge, I really felt inspired, motivated, encouraged, enlightened, and I decided to volunteer for this to also help the next cohort that would come in to pass the knowledge. You see. So it's just out of the love, out of the willingness to serve, out of the willingness to help and change the community. You see. So you get the knowledge today, you go and tell it to somebody else. We have changed a community, we have changed a circle, we have improved life, and we have done good. So from me, I did it as for two reasons: to give back to Excellence Foundation for South Sudan and build your best self fellowship and my mentors for what they have done to me, and to also help my community and the next cohort that would come in. I think Brenda would have an answer to that, but that is on my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nyakwar, for that input. I think the question's applying to all of us, let me say the three of us. You answered yours. I think I will also have to give mine. As you asked for why we really committed ourselves, no, it's not easy. I know you understand it that way. For us, like, just have to commit much of the time, after all the schedule you might have in your day, all the weekend. You might even be busy the whole week, and then the weekends are the most free days that somebody can rest. But we still have to offer you. As Nyakwas put it earlier, I'm also one of the fellows from the first cohort. And you know, what we really gain from the cohort or from the fellowship was really amazing. Like, I remember the days of the graduation, like when we testify and give our testimonies, you know, concerning how long we've come with this journey. Like, we found out that most of us were really transformed and got a lot of knowledge. And sometimes when you feel inspired and you feel like you somebody really worked something out for you, and you feel like you need to make something in return, and for what we have decided, you know, I was offered this to a job to be a volunteer. And the volunteer work, you know, I had to, of course, I know what I'm doing. I've already gained something for free. And also, I want to give it out to my fellow youth, to my fellow countrymen. At least they should also get this knowledge that I've already gained so far. So I would say, like, we're just inspired and we feel like what we already gained, we could not keep it. We will not go and take it down. We also need to give it out for those who have not reached this. So that's what I will put on my side, and I hope if Brenda has something to also add on this, I think you can say something. Thank you.
Thank you, Samuel and Yakwar. So immediately I had him ask the question. I'm like, oh, this is the first time somebody is asking something about what is happening behind the scenes, right? And yeah, so I think it's because you missed the session one, right? So you would have understood the background when I talked about build your best self. Yeah. So build your best self is something that I'm very passionate about as a person. And when I created build your best self, I knew that this was more of a calling for me, right? It's not something where I intend to make some money and become rich and stuff like that. No. And as much as salaries are not paid here because nobody is obviously paying any of them, like you've had the two, and you would continue to hear from the rest of the people you'll get to interact with, nobody is getting paid any salary here. And it's interesting because, as for me personally, as the founder of Build Yourself, I I don't receive monetary benefit just like the rest don't, but I get a lot of benefit, right? The list is endless. And the benefits are impactful, they are transformational, and they are purpose driven, right? This fellowship is built to empower young people, and in doing so, I personally grow as well. And here's how. I grow as a leader. So every session, every fellow, every challenge teaches me something new about leadership, about teaching, about mentorship, about emotional intelligence you get. Because you guys also share your experiences. So I get to learn, I get to understand. It also helps me to refine my strategies when I get to talk to other people, right? And it also helps me to become a better human being because seeing you grow forces me to grow as well. And seeing you build your goals force me to set bigger goals, right, as a person. And teaching you discipline forces me to stay disciplined because I cannot say things I don't do, right? I must preach my actions to you. So if I am saying things to you and I'm not doing it, then it doesn't work, right? So if I'm telling you to be disciplined, then I must myself remain disciplined, and that's how I grow as a person, right? And through this fellowship, I am also fulfilling my purpose, right? Everyone has a calling. We talked about this, and mine is to empower people, to guide people, to build capacity, and to help people become their best self, right? And this fellowship is not work, it is purpose in action. When you operate in your purpose, you don't lose anything, you expand, right? Regardless of what happens, right? And I also intend to build a community of future leaders, Now, one day, all of you seated here sometime, you will find some as managers in other locations, some directors, some consultants, entrepreneurs, policymakers, mentors, and all of those, right? And knowing that I contributed to your journey as a person, that's just enough reward and payment for me as a person. And through this fellowship, I also gain a lot of professional experience, right? Through running this kind of structured fellowship and all that. It gives me some form of experience that I can use when I'm looking for other kind of opportunities. And it also helps me build network. I got to meet Nyakwar, I got to meet Samuel that I work with. I mean, I didn't know these people from anywhere, right? And some of you, I will get to meet you in a physical session or in a graduation, and you become a friend, right? A number of the people who were in the previous cohort, they are friends of mine on Facebook. They text me directly on WhatsApp on everyday issues they are going through in their life, right? That help me with this. I'm going for an interview tomorrow. How should I prepare? And I'm ready to help them and offer them support. And they are doing amazing, right? And that is the kind of network that is out there. At some point, I may be in trouble. I may be stuck somewhere, and I will just call on Yakwa. Can you please help me with something? And she'll be willing to offer that kind of support because I was there for her. You get. So those are some of the benefits that you get from expanding your network, right? And I also receive some form of emotional and spiritual fulfillment through this policy. There is no greater reward than seeing someone uh, happy, gain confidence, finding clarity, right? Finding purpose in their life. And doing that because you helped them, you talked to them, you supported them, and that's just everything. And I also grow because you grow, right? I don't run this fellowship because I expect something from anybody, right? I run it because every time you rise, I rise. Every time you grow, this program grows. Every time you change, the world becomes a better place. And you will go somewhere and start mentioning my name everywhere. Like, oh, she's the founder of Build Your Best Self. And the opportunities will come to me. You don't need to pay me anymore. What you have to do at a personal level is to ensure that you get as many people to come here as possible and learn from this, because this is nowhere else. It is only in this place that you will get this. And it's free, guys. So you have to ensure that you take the opportunity seriously. I will go on and on ranting about what I will benefit from this, but that's just the summary of everything that we get to benefit, even if we are not on paid salary, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the answers. I really do appreciate you guys. Keep it up. This will be my advice to you. So I wish if many people were like you, this country would have been a better place for all of us. But once by once, I'm sure you are going to do something big. May God bless you, and I do appreciate your work. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Samuel, over to you. Um, Sarah, oh my God.
think someone lost connection.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So
Oh, here
Sarah
we go.
is saying that she wants my name to appear in her CV as one of the. Well, that would be so amazing, right? And I'd love to see that, right? And thank you for their appreciation. And when I read messages like that, and that is everything that I need to have a good night's sleep. I don't need anything else, right? So thank you so much for that. And I do appreciate you also for taking your time to participate in the sessions. So we have other two hands up. More Mayok, you go first, and then we have Ajit.
There is one question also in the chat box, I think.
Which one is that?
It's from Maurice.
Morris. Oh, Morris is saying, can you please add me in the group you participated yesterday. I'm not in any of them. Which group is that?
I think
Okay,
there is
you.
a question up here. It's like I have both nutrition and IT background. I have passion in both, but I find it hard to manage the two. Of recent, I have developed interest in data analysis. What is your advice? What should I go for? IT and kill nutrition aspect, or should I drag the two? I think you can take him through the answer.
Okay, so it has a background in IT and nutrition. Should I what should I go for IT and kill nutrition? Oh, that's a very strange word. Why do you call it kill? Right? So having more than one background is not a weakness, it's actually a strength, especially in today's world where careers are becoming more multidisciplinary, right? Nutrition and IT can both remain in your identity, but only one should be your primary direction for now because you can't do both simultaneously, right? And you mentioned that you've recently developed an interest in data analysis. Now, this is very powerful because data analysis sits in the middle of both fields. When you talk about nutrition, you can work as a nutrition data officer, meal, M&E, whatever. In IT, you can also work as a data analyst, data technician, M&E, and so forth, right? And this means you do not need to abandon nutrition to grow in data, and you do not need to abandon IT either. Data analysis is the bridge that connects your two passions, right? So, yeah, choose data analysis as your core skill, if you will ask me, right? And let it support your interest in nutrition, right? If you combine these, you become more very competitive in the job market because organizations don't just want data analysts, they want data analysts who understand specific sectors. You get, for instance, when I'm recruiting now for a data analyst, I need data analyst who has specific skills in a specific sector. So in this case, your sector is in nutrition, right? So it will be an added advantage for you. You get, so if you have a nutrition, IT plus data, that's a powerful career path. So many people study only one thing and you have three strengths. Yeah, that's unique profile, right? If you focus on data analysis, you can still use IT background, tools, softwares, and all of those in your role. So yeah, don't drag things, just integrate both of them into one thing and ensure that you are integrating them and having clarity. That way, you are able to land on opportunities. Because if you don't find that clarity, you will be able to, you'll be stuck at some point, right? So don't drag things. Ensure that you match them up, but have some level of clarity in terms of the direction you want to take in your career. I hope that answers your question. Great. So we have two hands up. Let's have either one of you speak up. Amor Mayok, if you're there, you can say
Uh, uh,
yes.
yes, thank you. Thank you for your nice presentation. Today's presentation was very perfect. In everyday news presentations, we find it more and more better than the one that has passed. Mine, as I said in the comment section, is a compliment. Today's session was very unique and it was motivational and also very educative. We thank the presenter, Ms. Nyakwak, for taking her time to prepare for us this very beautiful presentation. And as I said, it is a very unique session. Today I was able to know the founder of this BYBS is Brenda. Thank you, Brenda, for coming up with a very nice initiative. And I believe a lot of us and a lot of people to come will benefit from these sessions. And we say also on our side, keep that spirit.